All right. So you've been thinking about becoming an aircraft mechanic, but what even is an aircraft mechanic? What kind of person is an aircraft mechanic? What's required of an aircraft mechanic? Let's walk through it real quick. You've got to at least be mildly mechanically inclined. Now, that pretty much just means righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. If you have trouble reading and following a manual or never touched a tool in your life, you might struggle a little bit in the beginning. You might even be encouraged to give up by some older, crustier mechanics. But all of that can be learned. Mechanical ability is something you can increase as long as you have determination to improve yourself and be better. A base mechanical ability is all you really need. More advanced mechanical ability is incredibly invaluable, especially when it comes to learning the more abstract things like sheet metal or composite repair or, God forbid, avionics. Even I struggle with avionics. You're going to need to learn how to be a self-starter or already be a self-starter. You're going to need to be able to complete complex tasks without oversight. You're going to need to be able to be given a list of tasks or a single task and be expected to accomplish that on your own with little to no help. This can be overcome going through a Part 1 in 47 school or apprenticeship, where they're going to be expecting to have to hold your hand, but you're going to need to learn how to let go of that hand and strike out on your own eventually. You're going to need to know how manuals operate, how to navigate the information, and understand and interpret it. You're not going to get very many return clients if your customers see that you struggle to understand the manual for their Cessna 150 and can't get wheel pants off of their landing gear. You'll need to know how to navigate the FAA databases, regulations, and aircraft manuals. Then take that and interpret it. Sometimes, especially working in general aviation, like I said, with the older Cessnas, you'll be working from manuals from the 1960s, and the information in those can be so vague and non sequitur that even if you ask 2 or 3 old crusty mechanics, they'd have different ways of accomplishing it. Granted, it's all the same at the end. They got the task done, they figured it out, and they did it according to the book. But they all have different techniques and methods that have worked for them over the years, and it's really finding your own way to do it. You're going to need to really exercise this on your testing. Your mechanic examiner is not going to be able to interpret anything for you. You have to do that and show him that you can do that. You're going to need to be able to be personable, arguably a negligible qualifier for an aircraft mechanic, especially in the military where the entire culture is just absolutely abrasive. And you may be told the complete opposite by other aviation professionals. Mechanics are seen as dirty, vulgar, and otherwise grumpy people. And really, who can blame them? Look at how much we work. Sometimes we work 16-hour days with almost no sleep, and we go back to work and work a 12-hour day the next day. We work in all kinds of weather conditions: snow, ice, rain, heat, day, night. Who can blame you being grumpy? I'd be grumpy too. But being personable will get the pilots that you work for on your side. It'll get your coworkers on your side. It'll get management to be on your side. That last one, you're going to have to be really careful with. You could be seen as a brown noser, but using that skill for good and using that to help your coworkers will make them more willing to come to your aid when you really need something. Now, let's talk about the legal qualifications. 14 CFR Part 65 Subpart D states that you must be 18 years of age or older, be able to speak, write, and understand English fluently, and pass all prescribed tests within a period of 24 months. A certified mechanic who applies for an additional rating must meet the requirements of that rating and within a period of 24 months pass the tests for that rating. Let's just go a little bit deeper into the regulations. We start to see the specific requirements for each rating. In parts 65.75 through 65.80, we see that the knowledge, experience, and skill requirements are contained within the Aircraft Mechanic General Airframe and Power Plant Airman Certification Standard, or ACS, that I have talked about in other videos on this channel. It states that your skill requirement is a satisfactory understanding of the knowledge, risk assessment, and skill elements within the ACS, which, by the way, is available for download for free from the FAA, or you can contact me. I can get it to you if you have a hard time navigating the FAA's website, though I recommend you learn how to do that. I've discussed the requirements in other videos on this channel. I'll link them in the description, or you can hit one in the card at the end of the video, but we'll touch on them again for those of you who haven't seen my previous content. If you end up watching the other content after this, drop a comment over there. Let me know. Or if you came from one of my other videos, let me know where you came from. Your experience requirements are stated as follows from the FAA. Each applicant must present either an authenticated document from a Part 147 Certified Aviation Maintenance Technician School or satisfactory documentary evidence to the administrator of at least 18 months of practical experience with the procedures, practices, materials, tools, machine tools, and equipment generally used in constructing, maintaining, or altering airframes or power plants appropriate to the rating you are attempting to earn, or at least 30 months of practical experience concurrently performing the duties appropriate to both the airframe and power plant ratings. If you're using military experience, I have a PDF with a memorandum you can have your battalion commander sign that states you have the proper experience. It is also on my website, which I have said multiple times is linked in the description below. I guess I can stop repeating myself there. Bundle this with any of your certificates you earn during your job training and your maintenance hours, which you can print from your maintenance tracking program. I don't know exactly what tracking program you use, but I'm sure someone can walk you through it if you don't know how. These documents should be enough to allow you to be signed off for at least one, if not all 3 ratings. If you're attempting to show your experience through OJT in the civilian world, I have a great logbook linked down below that I'm using for my AMP-IA logs towards my inspection authorization. I'm getting real close. I'm about a year out from being qualified to be able to take that. I will be posting probably some content about my journey to my inspection authorization and what you can and can't do with or without your AMP-IA. Take all that, bundle it together with what you have from your employer, and you should be golden. Now, if you're a builder of your own personal aircraft, you won't have any employer-related documents, but you can still provide a logbook full of your work alongside your build log for your aircraft. If you don't qualify for the full AMP rating, you'll at least qualify for your Light Sport Repairmen Certificate, which allows you to work on slightly fewer things to build more time towards your full ratings. Some flight standard district offices and aviation safety inspectors may be a little more picky. Some may deny your request for authorization to test and claim that your experience isn't enough or valid. Now, I'm not telling you to find another FSDO, but I'm also not telling you to give up. Each facility runs slightly different, and some are more friendly to owner-builder experience. It may be beneficial for you to reach out to your local FSDO and inquire about their stance on the Light Sport Repairman requirements. Or you can go over and hit up Left Seat Adventures. He's a great guy, got some really awesome content. I've really become a fan of what he's putting out, and he also is going this route. You have 2 options when getting your Light Sport Repairman Certificate. One only allows you to work on your specific aircraft. You'll need to attend a manufacturer's course in addition to taking the tests, and this will award you the Light Sport Repairman Certificate with an inspection rating. The second option, in addition to your maintenance experience, will require a 120-hour course to be attended, and it will authorize you to work on all light sport category aircraft that are not certified. And you can log these hours towards the remaining experience required for your full AMP certificates. If you found this video helpful on your aviation journey, go ahead and give this next video to my left a click. Thanks for coming. See you later.